Yeah.
We're going to move on to the Lego Movie 2, which we got to see an advanced screening of. So we saw this, our local... So I guess they did this nationwide, because AMC was posting some ads Friday night that, hey, we're doing a special Lego Movie screening.
And it was kind of last second.
Yeah,
I've heard.
Yeah, we got the tickets a week ahead.
Yeah, not even a full week.
Yeah, I was sitting there, and I was like... I was actually getting ready to buy Lego Movie tickets for the opening night, because we decided we're going to go see it that Thursday night. And then they were like, you can see it this night, or you can see it early. And I was like, done.
Yeah, absolutely see it early.
So I like sent out a group text. I was like, hey guys, they're up. You can buy, it's a Victory member, so you can only buy one if you're blah, blah, blah. And I was like, just do what you want.
Yep.
But, so we saw it. Ryan is one of the biggest Lego Movie fans I know. So we're gonna let him open since we just talked for.
Yeah, that's fine.
For a whole
talk
bit.
again, guys. I'm so excited.
Don't abuse it.
Okay. I get 1 minute of talking time, and then I have to shut up for another 30 minutes. No, okay, so I think I've said this in a previous podcast, but I wasn't that excited for this Lego Movie 2 just because it's been 5 years, and I just haven't been that excited, and there's been a lot of delays, and I don't know, and they changed, didn't they change,
Phil Lord and Chris Miller didn't come back, but they produced it.
Okay.
So they got them in a producer role instead of a director.
Yeah, I can't remember how that all got switched up. Anyways, so anytime something like that with something that great comes out, I'm usually not as excited when it's that big of a gap. But to deem the critics and everything, I thought it was really, really fun. It was, I would say, just as good as Lego Movie, the first Lego Movie. I haven't seen the first Lego Movie in probably about a year. I was going to watch it again before, but I didn't realize I was going to be watching it 2 weeks early. So I do kind of want to watch Lego Movie 1 again. It does make me want to see it. And in the movie, it's 5 years later.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so it ages 5 years later, which is very interesting. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but the movie actually ages 5 years. So the kids at the end of the first movie
are 5 years old.
Well,
it's kids. Yeah, it ends with him coming downstairs, and then
the
girl. He's like, I mean,
and she's very tiny. Yeah, she's very small. Which they make. They go back and forth a little bit on references from the first Lego Movie too. So that kind of is an interesting tie-in. But they it's done really, really well. Because whenever you're watching the Lego Movie, you're thinking about what's actually happening in real life.
Right.
And, how the Legos are actually reacting to it.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's, the more you think about it, the more little things they tie into it. Why is this brighter over, and stuff like that. And so you start looking into it. So, really, especially the second half of the movie, you start to see the elements come alive a lot more when it comes to actual real life to the Legos reality. I think Emmett's character is the same old Emmett that kind of
the same lovable old
yes Emmett. And he tries to change throughout the movie. I won't
yeah, so he meets up in the trailer. It shows Rex Dangerfield, isn't that it?
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Danger Vest. So he tries to be like him because Rex is everything that Lucy wants. Lucy wants him to grow up because they're in this post-apocalyptic time that Emmett is still set in the ways of the first movie that everything is awesome and all this and the world is perfect. There's no chaos.
Worry. And they do have a couple of annoying songs, but the one main annoying song they made sure that they put one annoying song in there.
They actually had one of the songs. This movie has a few songs in it.
There's 3 or 4.
The Gotham City Guys, which doesn't really spoil. But that's what it's called.
Yeah, I like that one.
I love that song.
They have a theoretical, the villain, or the kind of villain, and then
there's air quotations villain song.
Yes.
I actually really like that one too.
She has 2 different.
Well, the Gotham City one is also one of hers, but I was trying not to. Okay. I don't want to spoil anything, but but I like that song a lot. They did 2 more, and then did remixes of Everything Is Awesome.
Yeah.
Which, of course, you'll never get away from Everything Is Awesome. That was which it's funny. So when they're running, there's a shot where it's in real life, and you can see the Lego Oscar they were given.
Yes.
Since they weren't nominated, that was the only Oscar they were nominated for, was Best Original Song. It's not even the real Oscar, it's the Lego one they were given when they did the...
There's just some great jokes in that movie.
The whole Mad Max reference, to the first part of the movie.
The opening of the movie is just Mad Max.
It's just, it literally
They've got all these apocalyptic-looking vehicles and stuff.
Yeah, all the Legos, it's been 5 years, and they're, narrating, through the terror of, what's happened.
Yeah.
Oh, and I won't spoil why, I guess.
You just have like all these cute little enemies that are there, like from the trailer and stuff that you see, like when they try to close the door and the little star gets stuck in the door.
And that's in the trailer, I think.
Yeah,
too,
that's not like a spoil. If
And
it's in
like,
the trailer,
oh, the pain! and like he opens the door and then this alien gets in. And you're like, oh, okay.
and no, nothing will get in.
Oh, something got in.
Yeah.
Like that joke was actually still really funny, even though it was in the.
You already saw it, like you
trailer.
already knew what was happening.
Yeah, you knew it was going to happen, but it's like they just play up like all this stuff of.
They
like,
had a ton of references in this movie.
Oh
too.
yeah, there's so
Bruce
many.
Willis. They make it Bruce Willis.
They Bruce Willis is in it like
2 or 3
a few
times,
like,
scenes.
like 3 scenes, I think. Like
I can think of 2.
Oh no, yeah, it's 2. It's 2 because
I don't know if there's a third one mixed in there. They made a lot of references to a lot of different things that like. Even if there's a kid watching it and their parents are going to just crack up the whole time. So this is a very good family.
The best thing about it was everybody in the theater was popping for all the jokes. Like there wasn't, I think,
dude, these guys next to us
that were laughing.
They laughed harder than we did, and I was like, dude, some of this is not that funny.
Yeah, but like
I was like, that's a ha-ha joke, but they're like, and I'm like, are they dying? I'm like,
I'm always
Someone
happy
check on
to
them,
see
please.
that people just really enjoy it.
It's us. I mean, it wasn't
Like,
us this time.
it
It was
wasn't us
us
this
during
time.
Coco.
When we saw Coco and the bell just dropped on that guy, I thought we were gonna get thrown out.
But yeah,
Like,
so
yeah.
I would actually go see this again in a movie theater.
I probably will when it actually comes out because there will be a whole lot more people that are going to see it. And I'm one of those people that after I see a movie, if I've gotten to see it early somehow, I want to see other people's reaction and be a part of that crowd. That to me is as much a part of the movie going experience, which is why like for big movies I always try to go to like the IMAX or something.
Right. So I'll add in. Ryan touched a lot on a lot of things. The big things are Lucy, Rex Dangerfield, General Mayhem, Queen,
whatever I will not be.
Yeah, and Batman are all main characters.
One thing I want to mention before I forget is a good cop, bad cop. He made a 2-second appearance, and I was so upset through the whole thing.
Liam Neeson probably was like, I'm not coming back to another one.
I
and
really wanted.
they're like,
we just need a sound clip for you for like.
It's taken from Taken.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we'll find you, and they're like,
they just found the audio.
But so part of the thing with the
So
movie
good.
is this movie understands that this world there's a human world and there's a Lego world, so it plays a lot more into that aspect of it. There's a lot more humor and
crossing too.
Yeah, and you know because the first movie ends with this all being an imagination to an extent of a child, and so that or an adult/child, and so the movie makes sure it plays with that a lot more. So there's a lot of times where they make a joke, and I'm like, if you didn't see the first one, you didn't know the context of this is like a cross now of like like this is a child's imagination. I was like, that might be a little weird, but
yeah, it's that kind of side of it when you break into the animation into real life for a second, you're like, it's just a weird feeling. But I think the one thing too is now that the kids are 5 years older, like that girl has like a very relevant role like within the imagination of everything, and you see her imagination come to life through it, obviously.
Right, like you can tell what's the brother's imagination and what's hers.
Right,
which I really like.
I thought all the side characters you were it's still really voice acting is still really great.
Yeah. There's just so many unique characters in this one that I can't really go into great detail without spoiling it.
Yeah.
Because
it does suck that some of the characters from the first movie got sidelined, so we could have the new characters and have this other plot that's happening.
They have the big 5 though.
But I mean, like Benny, Unikitty, and the pirate Metalbeard.
Yeah.
Don't get to do as much. That's just, I mean, like, it's kind of whatever.
Yeah, and they go on a journey.
They're with them.
Yeah, 5,
yeah, they're with them.
Like the main 5, like we just basically just named off. Like they all go on a journey basically. So the rest of the characters, you don't see them. So.
But they're there. But it's just not.
Yeah.
It's not
the same as the first movie.
Yeah.
Overall, I think I actually like this one more than the first one.
So my biggest reason is not so much. I think the humor is about the same level.
Yeah.
Story, same thing. Well, that's a lie. So I think the message the movie is trying to portray, I like it a lot. I like it a lot more than the message of the first movie.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I haven't seen the first movie in probably 2-3 years.
That's fair.
But based on my memory of it, I would say I prefer Lego Movie 2 over Lego Movie 1. And granted, that's not going to be the case for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to feel different about it because I think some people are going to walk out and be like, that was good, but not as good because comedy is a lot of it. Comedy is very subjective.
Yep.
And so, but I think the heart that this movie has.
The story development I think was a lot more intricate.
Yeah.
Because there's actually twists and stuff.
Which one of my favorite jokes
with an animation like that,
right?
You don't see that much.
One of my favorite jokes is they set up the twist, some of the twist early on, and it's real quick. And I was like, did they just say that? And I was like, maybe I'm just.
Yeah, why'd they say that?
I was like, maybe I just misheard that. And then when the movie ends, I was like,
oh,
wow! I was like, I almost wanted to just applaud because I'm like, bravo, you did what you were gonna do.
A kind of a serious type movie through Legos, so that's props to them.
Okay, so with that, your score.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Okay.
Probably an 8.
I'm gonna. Wow. Okay, this will be. We should have done this back. I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Wow. Okay.
So this was not intentional. I really liked it. My only real problems. There isn't many. It's just some of it is a little. Some of the jokes don't land.
Some of them don't land for me. I feel like at some points it feels like the movie's a little slower.
Yeah, it's not. But, I think it's as long.
Yeah,
but
it feels like it's going on a lot longer. I think.
Yeah, our theater 40 minutes
that they have in the movie, and I was like, oh, this is like the movie's done. And then you realize, oh no, there's like another 20 minutes, and I was like,
yeah, no, because our theater brings out the receipts at 40 minutes till the movie's over.
Right.
So they brought them out. I was like, no, I was like, it's like we're at the end of the movie.
Right. Yeah.
And then it kept going, and I was like, oh, which isn't what they do for the rest of it. I like.
Yeah, I like it, but
so
it was just like
my thing is whenever they have like this where you think it's starting to get to the end.
Yeah.
Like, in my mind, my brain has, like, its automatic timer, and I'm like, this is too early.
Yeah.
So I said this is either a really short movie, but I already knew it wasn't a short movie, so I already knew
I actually checked my phone.
Yeah.
They subverted my expectation.
Whenever that was coming to a close, I knew something, like, it wasn't. But with all the jokes in there, with me, it wasn't that slow of a movie. I think they fill it up pretty well, so... It didn't seem that...
No, I mean,
they put so many inside jokes and so many little things that if you're a very, if you're a detailed-oriented person, I guess, like in movies, you're going to catch a lot of things. So that kept me at least, going. I think the weird twist wasn't that, like... The twist itself was good, but, like, the actual wannabe, quotes villain, or whatever you want to call it, I didn't like that character at all. I know it's a Lego movie and stuff, but
there are characters I didn't care for.
Yeah,
but the story,
it wasn't bad, but the story
was good.
The story between Emmett and Lucy, and then the brother and the sister, I really like.
Yeah. So.
There's a lot of. I think there's a lot of thought put into this movie.
I think so.
Correlated with.
Do either of you guys get like almost in a weird way Toy Story vibes?
I continuously thought of Toy Story.
Yeah, after the first one, that's the problem is because they introduced.
I almost feel like it's this generation's Toy Story.
Yes,
maybe.
And when you go to Toy Story 3 and they're packing up the
the toys and stuff,
you get the next Lego movie could be something relevant
similar to that, where like they're giving up the Legos or something.
Yes, or the older brother leaves and the younger.
Well, I made a joke.
The same kind of
I made a joke to him.
Yeah.
And then we'll wrap this up and move on. I was like, they're going to wait until they're in college, so we're going to have to actually wait
20 years.
10 years.
We won't get another Lego movie for 10 or 15 years.
Because they'll actually wait until all the kids... Because this movie is made for kids.
Yeah,
that's what I said at the end of the day, is this movie's for kids. This movie's for kids who grew up with the Lego movie. We just happen to enjoy it because we enjoy...
Right.
We enjoy what it represents.
Which one final point with that is a 5-year gap for kids is a very big gap because most of those kids, if they're actually into Legos at that point, 5 years later, they're probably not into it, which I thought was kind of weird that the brother was still, like, into Legos. Like, I thought that was, like, the borderline age. So if they wait a few more years...
Well, no, the age is till 80, right? That's what the box says.
Or 99.
Like, Legos is for everyone.
It should say till death.
Till death. No,
Legos
they just say
for everyone.
Like, once you hit 100 or whatever, you're just...
Yeah, there is an age. It's 99. It's like...
I'm pretty sure it's...
It's like 12 to 99, I think, something like that. Because it's like a certain age.
Specific, yes.
Yeah.